Okay, the initial leg check is the leg check you do when you first put your patient on the table, the very first, at the very beginning of each visit. And the leg check is the most important part of the protocol. It tells us when and where to adjust and where not to adjust. So if you're not reading the leg lengths correctly, you're not going to get the right information to treat your patient. So the very first thing is visual observation. I'm not going to touch my patient whatsoever. I'm just going to observe to see how does my patient present. And I'll give you the mnemonic OCRAPS that you can use. I won't go through that right here in the video. Once you've done your observation, open palms. We don't want to grasp the ankles. Cup the lateral malleoli, bring the feet together, and gently release. If you release fast, their feet will spring apart. The whole goal of this is just to have their feet close together. I'm not doing any observation, I'm just trying to get the feet closer together. Then I'm going to do position 1. Position 1 is when you determine what is the PD leg. So activator calls it a 6-point landing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's as if you're going to land on the feet. The thumb is on the walking surface of the foot, on the heel. The fingers straddle the lateral malleoli. Now, if they have a very large foot and you have a very small hand, you don't have to reach for that. You're just resting those fingers. These fingers don't do any work. If they change color, then you're pushing, and we're not pushing with those. Only the thumb does the work. So the thumb is going to take out the supination so that you can make the feet mirror images to each other. And then I look down, and I'm looking at the heel counter where the sole meets the shoe to determine what is the PD leg. And then I let go. I have slight headward pressure with my thumbs, and that simulates the stance phase of the gait cycle. So it's afferentating mechanoreceptors in the foot and ankle when we do position 1. Once I've determined the PD leg, and she has a right PD, then I'm going to stand close. So close her feet would run into me. And then my feet are in a scissor stance, about shoulder width apart. The leg that's back, the toes of the back leg, are about at the medial arch of the front leg. You pick it, it doesn't matter which one. Then I'm going to put my hands in the pistol grip position. Parker students name this pistol grip. It's not in the textbook that way. You're going to take your last 3 fingers, let them support each other, and you're going to go down to the toes, all the way down to the toes, past the laces to the toes. You need to leave your index finger and your thumb sticking out. If I don't leave my index finger sticking out, it's going to get trapped, and I need it on the side of the foot. So leave it sticking out. In order to put my thumb underneath, I just had to bend over. So you got to protect your low back, and my wrist is torqued. So you don't want to put the thumb underneath the bottom of the foot. So stand tall, hand in the pistol grip position. Your thumb is sticking out, basically pointing towards your head. Your index finger is sticking out, and then you lean back on your back, excuse me, on your back leg. So just for emphasis, I'll kind of show you this rocking motion as you lean back. I am now taking her into plantar flexion. Plantar flexion is the simulation of the toe-off phase of the gait cycle. So as you toe off, your trail leg that's behind is propelling you forward. So when you're in toe-off position, it excites the flexors and inhibits the extensors. So on a subcortical level, it is allowing you to bend the knees. Now we don't want her to actively bend her legs, we want her relaxed so that I am flexing the knees with the leg check. So I'm going to lean back, take her into plantar flexion, then I bend my elbows. About the time my forearm is parallel to the floor, her foot has pivoted on my fingers, I'm going to put my index finger on the side, my thumb on the bottom, rock forward, straighten my elbows out, and I put the feet into the shape of a V. That's what activator calls it. So the toes are externally rotated, the heels are a little closer together so you can see them, and I'm lined up with the EOP. If I don't line up with the EOP, I'm going to have skewed reading. So once more, observe, cup the lateral malleoli, gently release, 6-point landing. She has a right PD, Totally let go. Don't slide your hands down. Totally let go. Your hands in the pistol grip position, drop down to the toes, rock back, grab on, rock forward, feet are in a V, and her PD leg got longer in position 2. So that tells me where I'm going to start the protocol, which would be possibility 1, pressure test PD medial knee. And we'll talk about all the possibilities soon. I want to point out one thing: when you're doing position 1, make sure you don't push the feet toward the floor or you're going to hyperextend your knee. So only slight headward with your thumb pressure to do the position 1. Okay, thank you.